And, one of the companies that's proving that to us is Google, because Google's CEO says he does not fully understand how the new AI system Bard taught itself an entire foreign language it was not trained on, and why it keeps having, I kind of have two articles here, it keeps having these hallucinations where it's making up things to get information. Now, the information's not always wrong, but the source sometimes doesn't even exist, which is fascinating that it's doing this. Makes you wonder if really what it's doing is it knows the answer, it doesn't have a place to cite it from, so it makes up a place to cite it from. It's it's really weird. You know, these new systems that are self-training and self-teaching themselves and growing so fast, it's just wild that you wouldn't be aware that it was going to teach itself a new language on its own. It clearly shows that Google is going a different route than OpenAI, or at least, interestingly, they're being open about it as well, but it's not as available to the public, I guess. Now, the other thing that's really interesting here is it wrote an instant essay about inflation and economics, recommending 5 books. None of them exist at all. And, they call these hallucinations. Again, I wonder if this is just the way it's interacting with us because it doesn't know where it got the info from, or maybe it can't connect the dots. Or maybe it just knows and doesn't have a source and doesn't want to cite itself, so it's just kind of, they won't figure out these aren't real and spitting out that. Or, maybe they're taking quotes from places, and when you're taking quotes from places or people that were maybe in audio and they don't have a book, but maybe it's called something and then you shorten the title and bam, you got there. So one of the things here is it cited a book called The Inflation Wars, A Modern History by Peter Tiemann, not sure, which provides a provides a history of inflation in the United States. Now, this book does not exist, um, but the interesting thing is that almost all these books it's making up are sources. It seems to be mostly sources from what Google has said. Is that they're not things that like are far fetched. Like they definitely could be real, which is almost more scary, or just shows you how weird the internet is with things just popping up and being invented, and no one really knows what's going on.